Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. And today we're really going deep
Oh, yeah.
into the life of Lisa Left Eye Lopes, from
Absolutely.
TLC,
Legend.
an icon. And we're going to be using a lot of different sources,
Yeah.
biographies, articles.
Even a documentary.
Yeah, a documentary about her final days
Really getting into it.
to uncover the lesser-known
Yeah.
facts controversies.
The whole story.
That made her story so captivating.
And what I find really fascinating is that all these sources reveal just how much influence she really had on TLC's image.
Yeah.
It went way beyond just her being the rapper.
Right.
We see her creative vision everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
from those iconic outfits with the condoms to the black stripe under her eye.
It's like she was always pushing those boundaries.
Absolutely right from the start.
Yeah.
And the sources show just how hands-on she was.
Yeah.
Designing outfits, contributing to the stage sets,
Wow.
really shaping the whole visual identity of the group.
See, a lot of people would just assume that was like stylists,
Right. Someone behind the scenes.
people behind the scenes.
But she was really in it
Wow.
from top to bottom. And this wasn't just the look. She was a songwriter, too.
Oh, really?
She earned more co-writing credits than T-Boz and Chili.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, her artistic vision was huge. It extended beyond just her raps.
Wow.
And even while they were achieving this global success, selling millions of albums,
Yeah, man.
winning those 4 Grammys,
Huge.
she was still looking for other outlets
Right.
for her creativity.
It's like she just had this
Yeah.
boundless energy,
Definitely.
this drive
To create.
to create. And speaking of challenging expectations, we have to talk about the Andre Racingson incident.
Right.
That's what people remember.
Yeah, it kind of overshadows everything.
It does, but you need to look at the context.
Yeah, for sure.
The sources reveal that they had a very turbulent relationship. There were allegations of abuse.
And Left Eye's own struggles with alcoholism, which actually started very young.
See, that's something that's not really often talked about.
No.
It's easy to just slap a label on her based on that one event,
Yeah.
but obviously it's a lot more complicated.
It is. People are complicated.
Yeah.
And the deeper you dive into these sources, the more you see a woman wrestling with some demons.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but also incredibly dedicated to her craft,
Right.
to mentoring other artists.
Like Black.
Like Black.
That's amazing to me that she was already mentoring
I know.
at the height of TLC's fame.
Yeah,
Do the sources say anything about why that was so important to her?
they do. It seems like mentorship was something she really valued,
Yeah,
It wasn't just like a figurehead role.
right.
She was hands-on. She was helping them write songs. She even helped with the choreography,
Wow.
really invested in them.
I wonder, though, if her public image at that time, after
Yeah.
the incident, made it more challenging for her to mentor.
That's a good point. There's no doubt that that cast a shadow over her.
Yeah.
But it seems like her dedication to Black, her spiritual journey, her humanitarian work in Honduras, it was all part of a desire for positive change.
And that humanitarian work, that's a key part of her story, especially considering how she died
Yeah.
in Honduras.
Yeah, she was so invested in the country.
Yeah, she wasn't just there for a quick visit.
No, she was planning on establishing educational centers there.
Wow.
It really shows another side of her that wasn't always captured by the media.
It really seems like she was drawn to Honduras for a reason.
Yeah,
And it's heartbreaking that she died there.
it is. So let's talk about the accident itself. It happened in 2002.
Yeah.
She was driving a rented SUV,
Mm-hmm.
lost control. The car rolled multiple times, and she was the only fatality.
I remember when I first heard about it. It
Yeah.
just makes you think about how quickly things can change,
Yeah.
1 minute you're here and the next you're...
It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
And the accident itself was captured on video.
Oh, wow.
It's hard to watch, but it provides a glimpse into her final weeks.
She was working on that documentary,
Right.
The Last Days of Left Eye.
Yes.
Right.
And it's haunting, but it's also very illuminating.
Yeah.
She was on a spiritual retreat, reflecting on her life, grappling with her past, and there's this chilling detail that's revealed
Okay.
just weeks before her fatal crash.
Mm-hmm.
She was a passenger in a car that accidentally killed a young boy.
Wait, I've never heard that.
It's a detail that's often overlooked,
Oh.
but it had a huge impact on her.
I can't even imagine.
What's unsettling is how much this affected Lisa,
Yeah.
as she felt a spiritual connection to the boy and even had a premonition about her own death. It adds another layer to a life that was already so full of highs and lows.
Yeah, and you think about like what she might have accomplished,
Right.
if she had more time.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But even in her absence, you can still feel her influence.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Think about the impact that her death had on TLC. They were just about to release their 4th album when it happened.
Yeah, that must have been devastating for them.
It was.
Not just personally, but professionally.
Yeah.
Trying to process that loss
Yeah.
while figuring out the future of the group.
Yeah. The sources say they were really determined to honor her legacy.
Oh, wow.
They released the album 3D as a tribute to her,
Right.
and they made the choice not to replace her.
That says a lot about their bond.
It does, and 3D was a huge success.
It was.
It really cemented her place in the group's history.
But it goes beyond the music, right?
It does, absolutely.
Her family established the Lisa Lopes Foundation,
Yeah?
dedicated to helping underprivileged youth.
It reflects Lisa's belief that energy never dies. It just transforms.
That's so beautiful.
It is.
It really speaks to how much she was evolving
Yeah.
her worldview and really wanting to create change.
And that even with all her struggles, she really cared about making a difference.
It seems like she was particularly passionate about creating opportunities for children. It's interesting how even decades later, her death still sparks all this discussion and the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about her that still fascinates people?
I think it's that enigmatic personality. You know, she never fit in a box.
Yeah.
She's always challenging conventions. She wasn't afraid to be vulnerable. And she had this unique way of expressing herself.
And let's be real, she had incredible style.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those sneakers with the flames
Yeah.
and the hairstyle?
She was a trendsetter.
Like a walking embodiment of self-expression.
Absolutely. And that ties into her spiritual journey, too.
Oh, really?
The sources say that she explored all these different spiritual practices,
Okay.
really trying to find a deeper meaning in life.
Yeah.
This wasn't just a passing fad for her. She was deep into Kabbalah and even put those themes of self-discovery and spiritual awakening into her lyrics.
No way, I never knew that.
Yeah, if you listen to some of her later work, especially her solo stuff, you can hear those influences.
Wow. I'm going to have to go back and listen. With that in mind,
You'd be surprised.
it's amazing how much depth there is to her story.
It is.
Makes you think about the complexities of fame.
Yeah.
And how we only see a small part of who someone really is.
It's true. You know, that push and pull between your public persona and who you are in private.
Right.
A lot of artists deal with that, especially those who get famous young.
Right.
It's a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations, and it can be a lot to deal with.
And in her case, it seems like she was always searching for balance.
Yeah.
Trying to reconcile those two sides of herself.
You can see that in her music, her relationships, her spiritual journey,
Right.
always searching for something more.
It's inspiring in a way, but also incredibly sad.
Yeah. Her story reminds us that even those who seem to have it all
Uh-huh.
are still searching for answers for peace,
Right.
for their purpose.
It makes me think about legacy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the most enduring aspect of her legacy? What would you want listeners to take away from this deep dive?
For me, it's her resilience, that determination to be herself,
Yeah.
even when it was messy, even when it was contradictory,
Right.
always evolving. She was a force of nature,
Mhm.
a true original. And her story tells us to just live authentically.
And to use our voices to make a difference.
Exactly, even when things are tough.
She was a rapper, a singer, a songwriter, a fashion icon,
Yeah.
a mentor, a humanitarian.
It's incredible.
It's remarkable what she did in such a short time.
That's what makes her story so compelling.
Yeah.
It reminds us that legacy isn't just about what we leave behind, it's about the energy we put out into the world.
The impact we have.
The conversations we start.
That's powerful. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Left Eye's life,
Yeah.
what does this all mean for the listener? Why should they care about her story?
I think her story is powerful.
Uh-huh.
It shows how important it is to embrace who you are,
Yeah.
all the complexities, the contradictions, the imperfections.
Right.
She reminds us that it's okay to be a work in progress.
Yeah.
It's okay to stumble. It's okay to fall, as long as you rise again.
She was a force,
She was
a
actually.
true original, and she challenges us to live authentically,
Absolutely.
chase those dreams fearlessly,
Yeah.
and use our voices to make a difference.
Even when things are tough.
Even in the face of adversity.
Exactly.
Her life may have been cut short,
It was.
but it was so vibrant, so full of creativity, passion, and the search for self-discovery.
Yeah. And it continues to resonate and inspire.
Yeah.
It reminds us that even when things are chaotic,
Right.
even when there's heartbreak, there's always room for growth, for change.
For leaving your mark.
For leaving your mark, exactly.
So as you reflect on Left Eye's legacy,
Uh-huh.
what's that lasting impression?
Right.
How does it challenge your understanding of fame,
Yeah.
of those personal struggles?
Of leaving a legacy.
Yeah, of leaving a legacy. That's something for you to think about as we finish this deep dive into the life of Lisa Left Eye Lopes.